Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter.
Subscribe.
Queen of the South, Season 2, Episode 3. Y'all ready? This episode is called Pacto Con el Diablo. What does that mean? It means a deal with the devil. So who this episode is going to make a deal with the devil? We see out the gate, we see hand-to-hand romance, love, passion. Room that Teresa and Geralt are in, white brick wall, rough brick wall with a beautiful bed. Not my taste, but pretty. Geralt is laying it on thick. He's telling her about this future. Look at this picture, man. This is where I need to be. This is where we could be. And this bull on thick. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, Teresa's too smart to fall for it. Going to exchange all these I love yous, I love you, I love you, but I gotta go. I really hope Teresa ain't buying this stuff. I'm just saying. Don't buy what he's selling. It'll get you caught up, girl. The next scene, we see Geralt getting in a plane, about to fly away. Then skirt, that Suburban pulls in, like, get out the plane at gunpoint, Geralt. And I'm saying to myself, okay, so did he just leave Teresa and head over to this place to fly away? I'm confused. It ends up being a flashback because we see Teresa get that phone call and she's somebody saying, all right, it's time for you to go. And that's when the series started off and she ran from season 1. We now know that DEA agent Mr. Cutie Patootie, whatever his name is, I'm going to have to put it right here because I sure don't know his name. He's the one who actually made the call. The flashback is basically piecing it together for us so we could all figure it out together. It's just showing can't really be trusted. And can we also trust the law in this situation, which it seems like we can't. Wasn't that explosion something? That was crazy, right? To blow up a plane, like, they showing out this season. So the DEA agents roll up on Teresa and Geralt, and basically she figures it out that he is in bed with you, and he is in bed with the law. She wasn't about that. They're trying to soften her up to get her to know, hey, Camila can't be trusted. You need to trust us. Come to us because we're the good guys. And Teresa at this point is like, I can't believe you would betray the game. You know, you betray not only me, Geralt, but you betray the game. Saying Camila can't be trusted because she's a cold-blooded killer. But chances are, you don't understand, Mr. DEA. She's a cold-blooded killer, too. Pop the dude right in the hallway. James is everybody's a cold-blooded killer in there. The DEA is a cold-blooded killer. The bogus point is to threaten her with the bogus point is threatening her with deportation. Really? Y'all had to go there? Bogus. The funniest scene of this entire episode goes to Pote. Pote said he's trying to lose a couple pounds and he was eating a salad. And everybody know he don't look like a salad man. He looks like a porterhouse steak man. He looks like a half a brisket man, burnt inside type of guy. He looks like he might take out a whole pot of cabbage, you know what I mean, with a neck bone and everything. He seemed like he liked cornbread on the side. I'm just saying, and a beer. I'm not judging you, Pote. I love you, Pote. To be honest, I think you're one of the standout actors on this show. But guess what? I'm not believing that you're about your greens. And guess what you ended up telling us? You weren't, and you grabbed that spaghetti as soon as they left, and I loved it. Camila had powerful, great lines this episode. Like, the writers on this show are on point. Point. Oh, are y'all liking my threads too? See my miniguns? Camila said you strike the enemy when they least expect it. Ooh, isn't that like some of that? What's his name? Sun Tzu? On their territory, get them when they least smart. I like it. Then she said something that was the best, one of the top lines of this season so far. A woman is more barbaric than a man. Ain't that the truth? Right here, Dad. Epifanio. I don't know if Epifanio wants our sympathy or what. Drop a comment below if you feel Epifanio was powerless this season. I don't feel like he's powerless. I still feel like he's powerful, but he has this weak spot, which is Isabella. But the difference between Epifanio and Camila, I feel like Epifanio will sacrifice Isabella for the power. Camila won't. That is her vulnerable state. Drop a comment below if you agree or disagree. And I like how they were talking wives, lives, and violence in the future. In the drone situation. Crazy. So this whole drone situation is weird because 15 bullets per second. It's security around this property. And in my immediate head, I'm like, oh, this guy is going to be doing some weird stuff. He's about to be recording everything, which is going to include that teenage chick. And once Epifanio sees that dude watching his kid, it's going to be game over. And somebody's going to die. And then it's going to lead to something else because Batman's gone. R.I.P. Batman. But who's in his corner? Is there going to be a new corner man? I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot with this drone situation. That's what I feel. That's just me. I know I always say Isabella's annoying, but she's just being a teenage girl. She's being a wealthy teenage girl. And as much as she says she's not playing side, she is. Question to y'all, will the military overstep their boundaries? I say yes. So Isabella loves her dad because he gives her the material things. The dad's giving pearls. Camilla's giving high heels. There's not a competition? Well, it is a competition. Isabella's ignoring her mother. Just annoying. I don't know. But she breaks Camilla down quiet as it's kept. Every single time Camilla thinks about her daughter, she's taken off of her A game. What are they saying? The precious moments of Queen of the South was when Camilla said "Te quiero mucho" to her daughter. And I said, oh, that was so sweet. But this is the same chick that said it to her daughter and she'll order somebody's head to be cut. That's Camilla Vargas. So what y'all think about the not so Instagram but Instagram when Camilla was searching for her daughter on there and checking the pictures out? You know, it's real. You know, some folk that is a I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it's real for some folks. You know, that's how they have to find out what's going on. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But I like how they put that part of someone's reality into this not reality show. And Camilla becomes jealous, I guess. You know, not jealous of Epifanio, but jealous of that connection. Because all she wants at the end of the day, all Camilla wants is a connection with Isabella, power, and money. If she could have the connection, power, and money, she's 100. She's great. She's what she want to be. But she can't have that, and that is affecting the power. Her money is affected by Epifanio, who is affecting Isabella. Her circle is crazy. Shouts out to wardrobe because Camilla was wearing that dress with the V here, all of this, and them legs, girl. Camilla was working that dress. Camilla worked that dress. She did that. She wore that dress. Camilla told Teresa last week, are you gonna wear that dress? Well, she wore her dress. It's crossing legs. That was beautifully shot was when Teresa and James were in the field. That was beautiful. Never really got to see her in the trenches like that. We've seen her underground doing things, but not just the whole camera setup seemed different, and it was beautiful. First of all, they were dressed like they were going camping. They were in the khakis and whatnot. There's no burgundies. There's no dark blacks. It's like every episode has its own color, you know, for the mood that is set. I was very happy that they got out the tunnel. They're out there with insects, rocks, brush, trees, bushes, sand, dirt, heat, dust, all these different type of elements that's coming into the play. Running, they have to squat to hide. When the scorpion bit Teresa, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Because you know what? She's a good one, because we all could have been saying, shut up, Teresa, man up, Teresa. But guess what? What would you have done if you would have got bit? Screamed, gave up. You damn sure wouldn't have been able to get in that truck and drive up and do what you do. Would have quit. She never quit. She doesn't give up, because this one comes, gives her that inspiration to keep going, that get right, that get up and go. James was showing some of his training as far as applying pressure, where to wrap it off at. You know, do you wrap it under the wound or over the wound? Who is this guy? And he shut her up. He was applying pressure and shutting her up. When he cut the cactus, I said, who wrote this? They're a genius for putting this all in there. Genius. Side note, the DEA now has all Camilla files, even though they're probably not accurate files, but enough to keep them busy, and so Camilla can. What I loved about the whole get Teresa out of here for myself, James character, because he did three things. He shot, surrendered, and sacrificed himself. Isn't that crazy? Who is this guy? We end up finding these weird people called the Texas Patriot Squad Militia. Who that? They have James. They seem like they're structured, but they have some rogues issues going on inside of their camp. A little crazy. Teresa was in front of the car, close to the car, but she couldn't get into the truck. I'm like, okay, is she hallucinating right now to see this DEA agent? Ain't no way he then got from getting files on Camila to being on scene. I'm like, you hallucinating, darling. You done got bit. That venom, poison, whatever the heck that is released from a scorpion, it's getting to your mind. It's getting to your mind, girl. Staying strong. Then we saw the snake, and that's when I knew for sure she was hallucinating, because it was a snake. Then it was a steak inside of the steak. And then we saw the queen in white, future Teresa, and she said, get up. Snakes eat rats. Only you can save yourself. I say, you better go ahead on with that Smokey, the bandit. What's his name? Only you can prevent forest fires. She said, only you can save yourself. And that gave her to get right, act right, to get up, get in that truck, and get to doing what's part of the plan. Yes. Epifanio is still powerful, but his butt is in a bind. Question to y'all, how will Epifanio get out of this? I thought another line of Camila's that was awesome, where she said, I surround myself with strong men. We know. That's why you don't really trust any chicks. I wonder why, will we find out this season why Camila doesn't trust another woman? Why does she feel it has to be only her? Is that part of her power play? I don't know. Is that why she's always going for Teresa so hard, because she only trusts a man? Is that just the way she was raised? We'll find out. Epifanio's got a party. He's moving and shaking. Hey, how are you? Sipping what you do? Hey, you better stop sipping like that. Hey, daughter comes down with high heels. He has to stand off with the military guy, Mr. Military Guy. And he basically says something reckless about young Isabella. Epifanio said, don't mention her name again. Don't get it twisted like I'm not a killer. I said, ooh, he said Tupac. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Like, that beat should have dropped right there. And I said, ooh. Interesting. This tension is getting really interesting between the two of you. Because who shall reign superior at the end of the day? Will it be the military man, or will it be Epifanio? Somehow it's got to be Epifanio. Because Epi's not going to die in this series. He's too much of a good character. To say his daughter's beautiful, you crossed the line, buddy. When Camila hit the garage, and she said, Teresa played her with this whole my car is leaking situation. And I thought she was about to, because Camila breaks it down like a PIM to the P. And she talked to Teresa, a little rude, hit the garage, and I said, no, I hope nobody's in there hanging again. Shouts out to Mark Consuelos. No Range Rover in the garage. It's a nice BMW. Dark color BMW luxury. So hands her some keys. I said, oh, dang, girl, you got to get around. That's what's up. That is cool. So our girl then went from a lemon, the medium car, to a luxury car. Didn't I just say last episode she was on her way to there? And look at this. Won't he do it? And Camila walks away like I just hooked her up with something I was going to get my daughter. What'd she do? Feel guilty a little bit. Can't reach out to her daughter. Her daughter's not going to pick up. What's the next best thing is to see where because these kids these days, everybody goes straight to Instagram to post stuff versus calling someone and saying hi. You rather shoot them a text or post a picture like, I'm chilling, how are you? At mom, I felt kind of bad for her at that point. Ote's in the garage looking at Teresa like, yes, chick, you happy in that leather? Well, guess what? I know your car wasn't leaking. I checked it. So I cleared the whole car. I checked the whole car for trackers, GPS. You good for now. Don't look at this glitter. He said, Pote said to Teresa, the fish only see bait, never the hook. That was deep. And whatever you hiding, it better be worth it. I said, ooh, Pote. Pote's dropping gems this season, man. At the end of it all, man, we know that Teresa is down for Camila. She's not necessarily down for Guerra. Not down with the dreamy photo of our afterlife together outside of when we get out of the game. There's no really getting out of the game. once you in it that deep, you in it. The only way out is death, bars, or missing, you know. I love Teresa because Teresa said, you got to prove your love. Ooh. Teresa looked at Giro and said, I made a choice. Now it's time for you to make a choice. And she walked away from him. Y'all, this episode was pretty dope. It raised a couple questions that I mixed into that I said earlier. Let me know what y'all think. Appreciate this show. Did y'all see what they sent me? People at USA sent me this shirt and this poster, and I got some tattoos. I probably honestly won't open it because I'm fanning out when I got it, you know. I don't know. Maybe next season I'll open it. I love it.